We're on World's Edge officially here for our first game of the day.
I'm ready. It's going to be on World's Edge. I'm sure everybody's going to be having a POI to themselves, so hopefully everybody will get some loot themselves. Yes, and as we're spectating right now, we're expecting FNB. They're kind of contesting and getting thermited by another team while they have a knock, but they're also to get a trade on the knock as well.
Oh, Frosty Girl there now, the last standing member, looking for an escape, can actually take it to the skies, utilizing the Valk ult just with moments to spare. Still though, being shot from below. Finally finding the apex of height there will allow Frosty to carry herself all the way towards the other side of Fragment.
Like that tunnel area right as well.
Right, they've got to deal with the mix between the tunnel as well as the squad right above them. Singularity usually down there, pulls them back out from the stairwell. That finds the first drop there onto Hallowette. Looking for the rest of the two. Looks like they put themselves below. For now, the Nox Gas Grenade is just ticking. Loch Nessies has to move here. There is no time to heal at this point. A med kit coming in super late there. Billion going to be able to successfully put that one up there. Surprised that no one worked their way back up towards that roof. No damage now.
She has the Mastiff. That is one weapon I am scared of. She takes the Lobo Q, getting out for free, but she gets into another team, and also she cracks as well.
Ooh! But before she goes down, she is successfully able to pick up one additional kill. That puts them potentially a little bit higher on that leaderboard for later. ASA, this has been on fire! Literally the entire game there. Ably from afar, a drop onto Cat. Several shots from that G7 Scout. Third party. Looks like Colones is starting to move just on the outskirts of this building, trying to take some angles. JC has moved in, and Sobs faces a drop here.
That is going to be rough for them because that team that's sitting in that building is going to have a perfect third party, and they might be able to win this, but it looks like they're able to reset with their teammate, and they're not going to get it all for free. That team, JSA team, is looking to contest, push, be aggressive. The Valve is in the air, honestly getting stunned. JD able to get to knock with the thermite grenade. Oh, no, this is aggressive. There's a lot happening, and JSA is out by the... Okay.
I was going to say, it should just be EOS. EOS taking the win there in game one. I mean, it happens exactly like we spell it.
We're running into game two, going in for a second game.
Drop and then back over here in launch site. We might be seeing something very similar taking place as Arc looking for their own progression here, coming around the end to find the first drop there onto LNW. Trying to score. They get scanned on the backside here. Another rack from both angles to finish the job here on this roster.
By herself at the top, so hopefully she will be able to survive that. JSA is looking to contest the team, breaking a shield on the Valk, also getting some cracks from Sabs. They're just contesting each other, getting that finish, making sure they get that KP. Getting another knock on Lovely Puff. They just need one more, and mommies. It does sound weird coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, see the depressing mommies noise you just made? That's weird.
It's going to screw them over later game.
Right. I mean, they already have to deal with the squad from the other side here, right? So at the end of this, tension is split. You can see there from that other angle, Jay takes a huge chunk of damage here. And the saddest thing is that all they have to do is just survive for another 20 to 30 seconds. Make sure that no squad comes to the area. And they're completely alone, set up and ready to go. She starts the movement down here. Pressure back.
Was knocked on Himi and get another knock on Haley's. They just picked up his out. That was so fast, but they have to make sure that Flower Power did not get that spot while they decided to push that. It looks like they're just gonna have to rotate in from the left side, but they are getting pinched. And whoever is in that building, I didn't get to see fully who was in that building, has the best positioning right now. And they don't have to fight anybody. They can just play for their best positioning. And it looks like JSA is looking to fight Team Mochi while they're sitting on this, in this 2 in truck and then 1 outside trying to hold positioning for them.
And this spot right here can be really good. If we talk about edge play, this is where you want to be in terms of that next zone for it. Ordnance is down. Samurai Sky low. JSA already starting to move forward here, but that Habitat is giving away position. Ably is dropped. Officially now a 2v3 scenario. Janie with a return of her own, though, with the PK onto KB Duck, Samurai Sky once again finding the damage necessary to push JSA back. Anyone, a quick read on to Ms. Dopey, and for Flower Power, they're going to quickly start to assume position on that train line, put shots back down on EOS. Stand or Shy, Ms. Exodia very quickly punished, and now the zone, they are forced to move.
That zone is taking a lot of damage. They've gotten knocked by Miss Dopey. Miss Dopey is able to get the KP, finishing them off. Also knocking Exodia out of the game with Odd left, kind of getting some peaks. They just have to get into the ring because that damage on the Storm is insane and it will hurt. You see that she didn't make it in. She has to play that rock right there and just kind of hide out. They want that positioning. They don't want to give up, but it looks like Flower Power is looking for that.
Is officially eliminated, but it's at the hand there. Many are from afar, and Sepultus to find that drop. Quick revives coming out here. It's up to Giggle Autumn to find a response here to put damage back. Veneer actually Flower Power playing that so well there. And for the problem with Veneer is they tried to make that move. They had to just full send on EOS. As a result, they were quickly punished for holding. And now for Funsies, forced outside for the first time ever. And their right hand of Flower have been set up here for such a long period. Giggle Autumn very quickly Prowler knock. 2 members remaining, and look at them. They're in such a level control. Angles on the side. Adam and Miss Dopey rotating another knockdown, and 1 final member to make Flower Power your champions of Game 2.
Now we're getting into Game 3, the last game on Worlds. Very smart and push to get that 3 KP.
And right from the low ground there, in towards the spiraling staircase, Yosai tries to fight her way in, but is quickly forced back. A quick beam from Nastia is going to force the rest of the team to slide down the stairwell. Define drops their own. A wonderful movement there from the Lock Nessies to find double knocks. Now on the second floor, third and final member fought their way inside. Yes, they'll find one of their own, but not before.
And I'm kind of nervous for how split they are, because we just seen that she was also getting shot from somebody from behind, but she is full-blown confident that she can hold this and kind of like push the people that are inside that building. She's determined to take them out.
That portal is set up for a very easy escape. Just at any given point, a nice crack is found there, trying to find it out towards the other doorway. That does give them the drop she needs. One more will do it in there, and what a beautiful exchange. Still holding that central building in the launch site area. Meanwhile, towards Siphon itself, down here towards the geysers, EOS in a fight of their own. Ms. Exodia gonna face drops, but not before the rest of her squad finds what they need onto Piku. Now the rest of that team starting to work their way in. Odd has that habitat down, so this is giving them all the information they need on these peaks, and as a result, Arc face their end. EOS and Flower Power still sparing time of their own. Loch Nessies finally opens the door and provides the damage necessary to finish the job in turn with VSC as well. We got a bit of the damage there from that Q from Ash. Billion trying to take angles from above, but VSC finally pushed back as Wink finds that initial drop with the 301.
And it looks like they're getting cracked by another team. The Wraith is outside trying to get the knock. Winks gets the knock, and VSC, sorry, I keep getting the letters mixed up, is out of the game. A great high ground level of control from this position. Team Nothing is eliminated with Light falling there in the end. Winks with a grab lift to put some angles out as Eden starts pushing from the other side. Ordnance is down, a grab lift as well. Loch Nessies have made their way in. They're trying to get this side position, able to get a little crack on
look
EOS.
at that.
Look at the close-up how damaged Exodia was able to get her armor swap, kind of reset while Shy is trying to get the bat off. They have to play this truck. It is very rough for them because they know that team is trying to play aggressive. They know they have to move to the left and kind of protect themselves. They get a crack. They get a knock on Eden as they try to make a capitalize on this fight with a Horizon ult.
Singularly down, a grab lift as well to take them to the skies here. Ms. Exodia from this other angle. All 3 members are back up in the zone. Will tick there.
Wow.
EOS are a full 3 in the face of a single remaining rat as they take their 2nd win in our qualifiers today. I'd like to point out that Yusaki came into chat and said Team Veneer is running Seer. It's over at some point. I didn't see that, but you know what? I'll take her word for it.
Right, and I feel like Seer is so strong, so viable, so I'm not even mad about people
No,
playing
that's
Seer.
good. That's good. I mean, a little late, 4 games in, but we work with it. All right.
100%. But now we're looking at Sirens looking to fight a team that's sitting behind that. They're all looted on purple, but they do have a person that's kind of creeping up, trying to get a crack on one of them. But it looks like they got a knock on one of the Sirens, getting a beam on them as well, getting almost a trade.
Ooh, they got that drop potentially, but they didn't get the quite aggressive push to follow there for Sirens. Now going to be having to defend from the interior of this building. A quick singularity will break that door and force the knock on the engine from behind. They find the return there, but FNB, they extend this fight and are quickly third party. A portal down from Bay IRL. Carry herself away into the tunnel. Not a good sightline and exactly where Nona Bear is, but Flower Power are likely finishing this one up. Moments to go. That G7 Scout finding damage. It's a problem that we'll have to address at some point.
Yup, and we see Shiro, the one running the Seer, getting a crack with the wingman on the Newcastle, kind of like going around the building. Yusaki getting a knock on Flower Power. This is going to be huge if they get them out.
They already found the drop there onto Asim for PLP Nerve, and Sepultus, though, takes a return of her own. Ms. Dopey, the kind of ringleader here for the Flower Power roster, taking shots from behind. Yusaki makes short work of 2 there with the PK.
Very clear that they got the 2 kills.
Apparently, that's all that needs to change, all right? Venier is now a top tier. We got 3 games left. That's it. This is it for the rest of it. Oh my gosh,
30
Yusaki.
shots.
And it's because of the Seer.
And
oh!
That was a clean headshot, taking JSA out of the game.
I mean, they can set themselves up towards the back of that building. Meanwhile, for Venire, they're already on their way in towards the next building ahead, starting to play out for this zone. Yusaki on the interior there already finds 1 knock, leaves it up to the rest of the squad to eliminate Vios Pilones. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they're just hoping. Out. All right, never mind. All right, cool. Envy puts the damage down to pick up that KP there, but allows Venire to get this position. Now they officially have the God spot playing outside this building for now. A singularity to be utilized as well as they start throwing out those ordinances. Both of these teams looking fairly healthy, and Envy, they've got double shield swap available, albeit the pull isn't in their favor.
I am a little worried for Envy because they have the lower ground to where Venir has the high ground. They don't have to move much for the next final ring. They just have to make sure they hold this and kind of just play this smartly. They don't want to lose this.
Yeah, I mean, they literally have little to no range of motion. They have high ground access, head peaks available at any given point. They can put damage, and obviously, I believe Envy has the better resources to work with all those death boxes and the shield swaps, but enough damage sustained here from Venir should be at least what gives them potentially their victory. They just can't have one bad knock. That rampage, that kind of heirloom weapon that's in play, one good spray could find a drop, and that might give MB their much needed rotation in.
Their best idea is probably going to Horizon Q and Ulta, but they do have Gen up, I believe, so it could cancel that out.
Once they're inside that building, though, it's very likely that you get Venir to drop towards the outskirts of that door, and then they are themselves are successfully able to gatekeep. Yes, Envy, all 3 members are inside. I think they've just chokeholded themselves.
Because looking down on this, it's very easy to fight this, but they're both using Seer ults against them. I'm just curious on who's going to be the one to pretty much dominate on this one.
For some reason, here they don't drop, they don't look to control as they let them work their way out from that door. Grab lift is expended, but it's not before they find their own breaks. The first drop onto Peeps, Shiro facing damage as well, taking this to a 2v2 situation. Sepultus is low, but Venir are still your game winners here in number 4. And oh, that kill feed already spelling some issues. LNW versus Mommies here at Barometer. LNW finding a nice crack there, but Yosai not looking well themselves. And Eva 8 pumping out where it can. Vendetta to get the drop there onto Lovely Pup. And yes, the Newcastle revive. Mighty Macaroni, she's got to fight, but no. Mommies are down in 18th.
they could Horizon Q and kind of make judgment on if they are deciding to kill this team or not, and they're going to do it. Getting that broken shield on Valk, also getting the knock from the team, cracking. They got a trade. The Valk comes up, also getting another knock.
Double knock.
Wow.
Odd, making short work here. Stanner Shy expends the final R99 there onto Haloette. The western area outside of Mill towards themselves where they've been up for quite some time. And look, the third party has already made its way through. A Singularity is down, Ordnance to follow, but they've put way more damage in.
Mochi was so close to getting that Horizon all off on them. Samurai Sky getting a knock on Janie. Kind of still cracked JSA. Sabs is holding the top of the hill with them. Also kind of getting a crack as well.
Avely. Oh. Odd there with the charge rifle on that drop. That's gotta feel nasty. JSA now Sabs with the portal, force that one back. It's a thing that gives JSA the potential to get the recovery off for EOS, starting to take angles of their own. And no, that is JSA. They tried to fight their way back in to get the banner. And as a result, Avely is not. Miss Exodia here, gonna be looking for the full wipe, and yes, Masonly eliminated in.
Now I'm just excited to see how this is going to end up. It's going to get aggressive. Arc is looking to get a little bit more damage on a Flower Power with the G7. Just making sure that they get the crack, get a little bit more damage on Piku while she resets with the bat.
I mean, 1 minute 35 seconds, final round close for both Flower Power and Mochi. Here are the squads that are going to be first forced to rotate. Mochi is still sitting happily on top. Flower Power, we haven't talked about that much, but they're likely the team in the worst position as it currently stands. Forced into open from the very, very get-go. Going to try to play off of some of the very little cover that exists within this roof. Someone's got to start taking it towards the outside.
And they're looking to use their Horizon ult to kind of block them from their rotating, kind of blocking off Flower Power, using the thermites, getting that damage.
It's ARC. It's an ARC win at this point here. Mochi's face to drop. Damage is coming through from both angles against Flower Power. Flower Power is eliminated, but ARC is more than healthy to finish the job here. And this is what I say when we talk about pull, right? I mean, just the slight favoring towards the northern area, as well as the fact that ARC were completely alone in that building. I mean, that gave them that win from the very get-go. They themselves currently fighting. They got a squad across them here in Stormcatcher, and they're already pushing their way out. Looks like this squad made their way towards the no-name village. Nope, they're on the roof.
Kind of just resetting. Caked Up gets the high ground, but the other team decides to drop him. He got that really nice knock on Chalice, but they're having a problem just finding the other two that they need to get, because Caked Up was also on the bottom, that they need to get that 15. I believe that they're actually sitting at 13 right now, so this is important for them to hold their positioning.
Ooh! Ashki gets an amazing rip there on the beam with the 2 to follow. It's a massive double knock found there. It's only one last standing member, and Angie comes on her way out. And Caked Up are just obliterated in what was their exchange. They thought they had an advantage. They knew Chalice was knocked. But in turn, Siren's Ash, she made short work.
Get them off that door.
Little break on the shield there, but VSC finds responses of their own. I love the angle taken there, and Arcstar's dropped back there before the knock does follow suit. Blazia on the intro towards this corner will take damage of their own, switches to the EVA, but only finds a bit of a tick onto the shield. For Eden, it's now a 1v1 situation. A bit of the peak taking place on the zipline still forces its way forward for Eden, literally sitting on just 10 health remaining. Up towards the zip, blocking the door, gonna get that bat off. This would be absolutely huge here. Maya, though, to do exactly the same. Reload on that PK and gonna go for the revive.
And she winds up getting it off for free, where it helps get the reset. She comes up, gets the knock, gets a little PK shot, misses a few, but they're just playing angles. She's playing this corner. Eden has her shield up, and she swipes it. VSC team. Woo.
At that moment there, we needed to see more of a push come out to eliminate for VSC. It might be likely that they're on their way home. Not to qualify for Eden, though. In this position, a team comes into third party. able to find damage. A crack is sourced out, but Eden is pinned by 3, and Walk Nesties are dropped by Mochi. But here returning with them, currently in 3rd place overall. Drop their own to Bay IRL. Frosty to quickly follow one last member, and Yusaki once again with that PK to eliminate FNB here. Spillones, they've got to worry about other issues. This is likely Hustlin' Honeys, who are a little bit later on the rotation. Back out from the south there, Gwendolyn with a Mastiff, able to find massive cracks before taking to the sky with the grab lift. Enemies to follow. Sus Gwendolyn's looking to posture with that bat, able to stick this one off. A quick reload with the Mastiff, and continuing to find damage where it counts. A knock onto 1. Strawberry Light to follow. No, this is team nothing, eliminated in 7th. This is nasty. This is a half and half between the stairwell and the outside of the very front end towards the grab. Most of this isn't even playable for Hustle and Honeys. Try as they will, they will. They've already found drops onto Chalice there. Ordnance will still tick a bit onto Mimi, and from the other side, they take damage. A quick beam in return, but it's left up to 1. And Hustle and Honeys are eliminated in 6th as Sirens make their way forward, but oh, they have to continue to defend. Chalice finds a bit of a corner's edge to keep herself alive, and yes, Angie sticks this.
She sears with the seer Q that they are sitting still at the bottom.
The 3 squads currently sitting on the outside. Culones here. Be able to fight each other. Yes, they already begin this one out. Massive once again from Gwendolyn. Not quite landing there. Sticking the shield bat in the skies. And Lita starts pressuring forward into the zone. Continues to choke. Massive ticking, and Mochi dropped in 5th.
Like, just off rip being the kill leader, and she knows that the rest of the 2, or at least she knows 2 teams are sitting here fighting. This is a perfect team to fight because of the storm. Yes.
Both Arc and Sirens are stuck inside the stairwell. Sirens obviously in the worst position to boot here. All Los Pelones have to do is just wait. They wait for this to take place. Come in 3rd party, and for funsies, they're going to likely do the same just behind them. Sammy facing a knock. Pico and Aramente not looking much better themselves. It's up to Aramente to survive for now, and she's unable to do so. Sirens stuck as 2. Gonna try to stick the revive there. Ash with a quick shield swap as Los Valentes are starting to move their way in. A singularity is thrown out, but all 3 members are brought up and alive. Found the drop onto Angie, and Caitlyn, and the 2 are looking to finish the job. Lones, they know for a fact that this squad is on the outside, looking to potentially come in 3rd party. Alita's low. Alita's very low here. It's switched from Gwendolyn on the outside with the grab lift. The rest of the team now starting to arrive as 4 funsies, as a duo somehow has to win this 2v3.
And the way that they're playing is so aggressive. They definitely can win this against for funsies. As we've seen, they both have Mastiffs. This can be anybody's game.
Nice beam there. They've got the corner's edge, the fence line to play, but they have to keep pressuring. The minute they let them take this open area more in full spread is the minute the game is over for 4 funsies, and I think that's it. Those Pelones have finally made their way out from the stairwell. A Kraber with the hip fire potentially available. Doesn't quite find the shots, but Dios Pelones find their win in Game 6.
Wow. Wow. I feel like we just seen a whole different team from them because of the way they just changed their playstyle.